able to complete another 4-year term if elected. Now, over the last few days, figures like Rob Reiner, George Clooney have called on Biden to drop out from the presidential race after showing signs of weakness during the debate, calling him too old to run. Well, TMZ recently caught up with D.L. Hughley, who would provide his opinion on those asking Biden to drop out of the race, especially this close to Election Day.
I watched a man get convicted of 34 felonies. I watched a man get adjudicated for sexual battery. I watched a man who got convicted of fraud. And never have I heard this fervor from the media in general about his qualifications to be president. George.
That's a lie, because DL, you in the media, and you have been talking about his qualifications to be president for a long ass time. You and a lot of other motherfuckers. So I've heard it in the media. Maybe you don't listen to the media because you in it, but I listen to it. And the reason he's so popular is because y'all talk about him so much. That's just the fact on the fact there. We gonna listen to the rest.
Clooney never talked about, in that whole article, he didn't mention Project 2025 once. Neither did Stephanopoulos. None of them did. But you're gonna tell me how somebody's old?
This Project 2025 stuff is really getting out of hand. Just first of all, proposals are made all the time. Shit, Ice Cube made a proposal. Nobody read that bitch, did they? Did you read it? I mean, I read it. But nobody did nothing with it. Fucking Obama was president. Had a shitload of proposals that he was backing. Did any of them pass? No. The whole fucking House and the Senate was against this nigga. So with that being said, why would we be worried about a proposal more than we are worried about a president's ability to answer a question or complete a thought? I'm just saying here, I wouldn't trust Joe Biden as a greeter at Walmart. None of the other presidents from other countries is going to deal fairly with someone they know has a mental incapability. I buy a lot of stocks, right? Every so often, the CEOs of these companies, they have to go through full health checkups to make sure that they can do their job. It don't matter how much that they know. If they not cognizant, or if their motor skills, shall we say, is lacking, we can't have them at the head of the table, baby. That's just law no matter what. Now, would I prefer an asshole over an unhealthy motherfucker? Yes. Especially seeing how the unhealthy motherfucker done already let in all these migrants. Already got us involved in 2 wars. And got the Mexican president punking us. The Mexican said, you got to pay me to stop letting all these people through. And I don't even know why that was a conversation when Joe Biden got the power to stop them from coming in his motherfucking self. Believe you me, I live right here in Detroit. You can't even go to the duty-free store no more. If only way you can go to the duty free is if you actually going to Canada. And if your shit ain't absolutely positively correct, when you get to the other side of that tunnel, they might arrest your ass. They for sure gonna arrest your ass, and then they gonna hold your ass for however long they feel like it, and then they gonna send your ass back. Why the fuck can't we do that? I mean, we do it up here. We ain't just letting people from Canada come over this motherfucker either. So I don't understand why the fuck it's so, and we got a whole river right there. They can ride boats right to this bitch, boat to Detroit. It ain't happening. So why the fuck is it going down like that down there? And y'all got more of gaps in between y'all. It's all kind of farmland and desert and shit. That's a whole lot of area that makes it easier to protect. I'm just saying. But whatever.
Hughley would then go on to point out and say there's a difference between someone being disappointed in the outcome of an election and having a disastrous result from one. He would add the worst thing that could possibly happen if Biden weren't able to continue as president, a very competent, capable woman would step in.
I'm bored with all of this hand wringing. What it is the fight we have. If he stays, I got to find a way, and people got to find a way.
And then this whole Kamala Harris thing, like, that's kind of getting on my nerves too. You know what I'm saying? Promoting to me a black woman who marries outside of her race as like she cares about us. It doesn't compute to me. I could be wrong, but it doesn't compute to me if a person's career was locking up black men and making unjust. No, it wasn't laws. She had unjust policies in the state that she was in. She got a couple of dudes that's out now that was convicted of crimes they didn't even commit, so on and so forth. So, like, telling me she's a representation of us doesn't really fly with me. She was just saying that she wasn't even black. And then her record as a politician doesn't really jive with me as well. She is supposed to be the border czar. She is supposed to be taking care of all this migrant shit, and she is doing a shitty job, an absolute shitty job. So if she can't handle the border, how the fuck I'm gonna vote for her or like her as the president? And then I'm not even gonna go there. And no disrespect, DL. A black man married to a black woman who cheats on his wife, had kids outside of his marriage, promoting the fact that I should trust a black woman just because she's black, kind of seems contradictory to me. It kind of seems like that's something you got to do to keep the peace. It kind of seems like you work for the Democratic Party, DL. Because Kennedy is a viable choice. He got a good policy. He been in politics his whole life. He got a name we all know. He younger than them both. He's a good, strong guy. He got a good jawline. But I don't hear you talking about him as a viable choice. Or any of the other Democratic nominees. You've been on Joe Biden's team the whole way through, bro. And he is a shitty choice. So, I mean, I know it don't affect you. You already rich, you know what I'm saying? So, your kids ain't got to go to war and shit. But me, Mr. Juan-o, who has over 40-something nieces and nephews, I'm a little more worried about war. I just am. I care about that shit. It fucking affects me. It fucking affects my family fast. Because a lot of my nieces and nephews are touching 18. So, yeah, I'm not cool with the war shit.
To win. If he doesn't, we still got to find a way to win. Stop having this argument with me. I'm not talking about you in general. With the people, if the worst that can happen is that Kamala Harris takes over. And if you're going to have a conversation about how old he is, have a conversation about how old they want to take this country back to.
He said we got to win. He said we gotta win. Nigga, ain't no fucking winning if we broken in war. There's no fucking winning. There's no fucking winning. Look at what's going on in your state, bro. All the crime, all the migrants, all the taxes, all the businesses is leaving. Nigga, McDonald's is closing in fucking California, bro. So how the fuck are y'all out there, no disrespect, but y'all very fucking out of touch with the rest of the world? How the fuck are y'all gonna tell us what's best for us? And you trying to win as a Democrat, not trying to survive as a fucking American. Win. How you gonna win with a fucking invalid leading, bro? Make no mistake about it. That man is a fucking invalid. How you gonna win with that? Would you pick him for your basketball team? Would you hire that nigga? No.
Hughley would even go as far as calling Clooney and others cowards for not backing Biden, despite all of his struggles, just like the Republican Party backs Trump, even though he was convicted of 34 felonies.
Sound like jealousy to me.
I'm so tired of cowardly people who just don't understand. And if they do get it, name me a time when somebody gave up their incumbency and won. If you can vote for a convicted felon, I can vote for a cadaver. If you can vote for a convicted felon, I can vote for the crypt keeper. I'm voting because they are saying
First of all, let's get with this whole convicted felon shit, right? I'm an American. I'm about to admit to some shit, right? That we all fucking do. Now, I have homes that I own outright. I have homes that I own outright, right? Now, understand. When I want to apply for credit or use credit or a credit line, all the time they don't send an appraiser out. I got a house right now. Realistically, I own this house outright. It's worth about $120,000, right? I could easily say that this house is worth $150,000. Get a loan, pay the loan back, no harm, no foul. We all do it. It's no different than when you lose or something gets stolen. You bought your wife a ring for $10,000, right? But on your insurance, it's valued at $12,500. Are you gonna call the insurance company and give them back that $2,500? Fuck no. No. This is the American way. And then when tax time comes around, that same house that's honestly worth $125,000 that I lied and said is worth $150,000 to get a loan, I might write off some of the depreciation because the house weathered this year. The water heater's old. It's time to replace the carpet. So I'm gonna write off that depreciation. DL Hughley's ass, I guarantee you, the same shit Trump got convicted of, he does in his own personal finances. I guarantee you. How was he writing off the money that he was giving his baby mama with the kid on the side? Right. I rest my motherfucking case, man.
That is so concerning that I can't let this happen.
While it may be tough to find another nominee in time for the election, Republicans still continue to support Trump, and Hughley is asking for Democrats to do.
I'm gonna keep it a bean pie with you. I'm not gonna tell you who to vote for. I'm voting for Trump because I like that he talking about stopping the war. I'm voting for Trump because he was the first president I ever heard use the term black people. Obama wouldn't even say it. And this cocksucker right here wasn't saying it until Trump put them words together. Before that, I had never, I repeat, never, outside of my city, the politicians in my city, heard a politician on a national level use the word black people or even address us as a specific group. They always say minorities. Both sides. I've been fucking with Trump since. And then Trump said it was going to be a migrant crisis. It was. Trump said if we elected Biden, gas was going to go up to $4 or $5. It did. It was so many things he said that was going to happen. They all happened. How the fuck can we not listen to this nigga? And to be honest with you, my granddad, I wouldn't call him racist, but he talked about crackers, Peckerwoods, Blue Bloods. Oh man, I know all the different varieties of white folks. Trump is not a part of any of those groups. He's not beholden to any of those groups. He's not a blue blood. You know what I'm saying? Well, anybody could be a cracker. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. He's not beholden to the same people that Joe Biden may be beholden to. Trump daddy came up doing jobs that other white people didn't want. Just so happened he was able to make money off of that shit. Now him being racist or whatever, that shit don't mind me. I could give a fuck if somebody racist. The job I go to every day for the past 8 years is a job that a black man was not allowed to have until 1967. So if I can get up and go to work tomorrow at a job that a black man was not allowed to have to 1967, and the first black driver in Detroit wasn't hired to 69. This motherfucker is still living. I met him. I think he's still living. I met him a couple of years ago, but he was living when I met him. You know what I'm saying? But never should it have ever been possible for me to shake the hand of the first black man to do what I'm doing. And the shit been around for 100+ years to be dead. You gotta love downtown, baby. And I'm all the way on the penthouse. Them motherfuckers is loud. But hey, back to the story, man. I'm not trying to scare nobody into voting for nobody. You vote your interest. But to sit here and tell me that anything that this motherfucker Joe Biden is doing goes along with your interests is bullshit. Do you like migrants eating for free, living next door to you for free, in your state paying for them to do so? And then they gonna raise the price of your rent because they housing is being paid for by the government. Do you like migrants being able to come in and just take over houses? Get grants from the city to pick them up, fix them up, I mean? That's what they doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay with this? Are you okay with the fact that they're going to take your jobs? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with your kids competing with their kids and they don't have no baggage? This shit makes no sense. Everybody's so caught up in their feelings we can't see what's going on. No different than everybody was caught up in their feelings voting for Obama. And what did we end up with? We ended up with homosexuality in the damn classroom. When really, sexuality shouldn't be in there. All we should be teaching is health. You know what I'm saying? Awareness. But now, 12-year-olds can go get sex changes. You know what I'm saying? That's what these motherfuckers on. Trump ain't with that shit. And I'm with that. I'm a father. I don't want somebody telling my son, just because you don't like the responsibilities of being a man, that you could cut your penis off and be a bitch. I don't want nobody telling my son that shit. I don't. And we out. They talking about Project 2025. Let me tell you something else. Do you know this motherfucker Joe Biden made it so if you want a sex change, you can go in the military, get a sex change, they gonna pay for everything, and you ain't never even gotta fight. What kind of shit is that? So the same military that got veterans outside of my building laying down that I gotta get, buy cigarettes and food for, whatever it is they into, gotta look out for them, the government ain't. Them same veterans can't get a place to stay on the government, but the government can pay for the sex change of a transmission. We mechanics now? That's what we on? That's what you spending my tax money on? You know what I'm saying? Out my check, I think. Out my check last year, I paid $30,000 in taxes. And when I ain't filed yet this year, because I'm tired of motherfucking IRS saying I owe them. But when I file, I'm pretty sure I'm going to owe them motherfuckers a couple more thousand. So that's damn near $40,000 out of my pocket, taken away from my kids, for you to just get other motherfuckers. You don't give me free daycare, but they get it. You don't give me food stamps, but they get it. What the fuck? What the fuck? And I'm paying for it? Fuck, I look like a trick? Ain't no migrant came in this bitch and gave me a blowjob yet. We out.